I'm Nick Roush. This is KSR at Kentucky Football Media Day, and we're rapid reacting thanks to our Friends of Cole. Friends of Cole, it's resilient, it's reliable, it's affordable. Friends of Cole, KY.org. Adam Luckett, Zach Mbiegan is here joining us, providing his expertise, and the one, the only, Jeff Drummond. Jeff, how many media days you been to over the years?
This is 38 today.
Who's counting?
And I tallied that up on the way over, and it was shocking to me. I was like, how many times have I done this? 38.
And you probably talked to like 38 guys here. You were all over the place.
I tried. I always get a little anxious during this because we're on the clock. You know, you're on the pitch clock as you're here, so I'm watching my time and try to bounce around as much as possible, though, and get there. I always miss somebody, though. You go, oh, why didn't I talk to you?
Yeah.
What was the best thing you heard today, Adam Luckett? What was your favorite thing you heard today?
I think the just compliments on the offensive line.
Yeah,
everyone seems to love this offensive line group, and it's not just offensive guys; it's even defensive guys really gushing about them. So we've all asked, like, you know, we're here the comments, but is it really going to be as good as you're thinking is? Because we've heard these comments before these last few years. Oh, the offensive line's fixed. We're much better shape. Yada yada yada. But there is a lot of belief in that group.
And it's not just, like you said, it was also the defense elements. Chop's talking about them. They also are enormous humans. I mean, Malachi Wood, my God, that guy. And, like, you see Lance Hurd and pads and pictures and all this stuff, and you think, okay, like, he looks like most of them. And then you see him out here in person, you're like, holy God, these dudes are massive. And they do yoga, Zach, too, apparently. Olas, he's not a big fan of the yoga.
Well, it's funny you're talking about guys how big they are. Like Malachi Wood in particular said that he started to do yoga because just to help with his bend and mobility to get him down. So now the whole offensive line is now doing yoga. Colton Price said some might think it's a little girly, but they said it helps them. They're all in on it now, so they're big fans of it. But Malachi Wood, I think he said he added like 50-something pounds since he's arrived as a freshman on campus. So big transformational change from him. Because I remember him when he was playing out in Richmond, and he was just tall, let's say it like that. And now he's kind of really filled out his frame a lot. So, the offensive line, those guys were a lot of fun to talk to. Colton Price, he says he might have some extra hidden skills besides the drawing. He's just kind of
He doesn't, like, he just did that on a whim. The drawing of the Wildcat, he's never been a drawing guy.
So he just has these skills, like, just kind of buried beneath him. So we're about to see those unlocked, hopefully, as the season goes along.
Malachi Wood's from your neck of the woods, Jeff, and I know we saw him in high school. He did just look like a basketball player. How impressed are you just with his development and growth?
It's mind-blowing to look at him now from where he came, but it all comes back to that tool that coaches have when they're recruiting of projecting guys. They had to look at him and say, what's he going to be 3 or 4 years from now? Because he was like 260 playing in high school. He was lean. And now he's just I think one of the coaches said today, a giant of a human being.
Yeah, project often gets thrown out like a bad word.
Right.
But for him, it was like, okay, he's got some traits here, but he needs time to grow into his body and gain experience. So for him, like, unquestioned, it seems like right tackle, which I don't think we necessarily would have predicted back in February.
No, especially when they picked up Mark Robinson from UTEP. You were like, I don't know, there might be some questions here. A few other questions that were answered. Injury standpoint, I think the only real surprise was Tegra Shabola had a minor procedure, but they're confident he'll be back in a week or so. Lance Hurd had the same thing this spring where it was like, a little procedure, going to be out for a couple of weeks, but should be good to go. More encouraging words about Sam Green, that he'll be able to be back and make an impact this fall. But Nick Anderson, Javante Barnes, Jaden Smith also being held out. It was our first, it's weird. Usually you go from SEC Media Days to Kentucky Football Media Day and there's no news to talk about. But we
not this year, baby.
No, not this year at all.
Yeah, how was your Saturday, Nick?
Yeah, it was a Saturday. It was a Saturday covering the new transfer portal. And Stein essentially said, like, we don't really know what we're doing, but we're always looking to make our roster better. Now, is that bringing back Alex Safari? Alex Safari, look, it sounds like with all of the judges and appeals and everything, it sounds like that might be he might fit the narrow window.
He might check the boxes, all the boxes, and it's a lot of boxes. But yeah, it sounds like that is alive. Like that could happen, and that's a position, a little depth unproven. Just say that.
Unproven,
An
yeah.
unproven position that they're going to have to kind of figure out, I think, once they put the pads on and start playing real football here this month and get ready for week 1. But, yeah, definitely an interesting time. And then even like the junior college running backs, backup quarterback, I thought the backup quarterback comments were interesting. Basically, like, we needed to add to that position was kind of the vibe I got from Stein on that.
Yeah.
And, Callum Wither, the Canadian guy, is obviously going to be in the mix.
Canada.
But to me, Matt Ponitowski is the big one, Nick. We've talked about that. Like, I think he's got a legitimate chance to be the backup quarterback for this football team.
Who's the best football player from Canada, Jeff Drummond? You're an encyclopedia of knowledge. Flutie wasn't Canadian. He just played in the CFL.
Yeah, I was gonna say Warren Moon there, but he wasn't native Canadian.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh man,
That's a great question.
How many Canadians play sports?
Hey, shout out.
None in your league, NBA, but like, come on.
No, they got a lot of Canadians.
We're not. Yeah, they're taking our sports
They're
from us.
all on the ice, the best of the best are playing hockey.
I will say, shout out Raymond Fontaine, former Kentucky
There we
linebacker
go.
from Canada.
Shout out Raymond
Nice pull.
Fontaine. That is a great pull. Alexi Bagingi.
Yeah, that's right.
There we go.
Yeah.
Alexi Bagingi. Look at us naming Canadian cats. A couple other newsy bits from today. Will Stein, he hung out with me and Luckett for like 15 minutes. No red in the facility. Also heard there's no orange allowed in the facility. Jeff, I love these rules. My dad grew up in a no orange household. You couldn't wear Tennessee orange in his household. That's a great rule to live by.
That's a rule that every Kentuckian should live by, but me and
State law.
Luckett in particular may be challenged if the Reds ever get good again. and we're playing close to October. We're going to fly our red flags around here.
That's a big if, though.
Got to make sure you got the C on there. Everyone knows the C.
Zach, before we go, like there is something about like you get around everybody and it gets you more fired up. Did you get that feeling today?
Yes, I was actually just talking to someone about that when I was talking with Ty Bryant, who's always kind of like a chipper, happy guy, like, always smiling around. He seemed even more energized and ready. Tryon Nichols, those two were kind of like just having fun back and forth with each other. It's just a lot of good vibes all around. Even Stein was joking with Mr. Luckett here about their viral moment back at SEC Media Day. I don't know if you want to comment on that. I thought that was a fun little interaction between you two.
Just a typical St. X Trinity interaction.
Gonna
Nothing
be
to
a lot
really
of
talk
that.
about.
I thought the other part that was pretty remarkable too, talking with Jamarian Harkless. Big chops, big guy. But he played at Purdue, and like, I don't want to compare Purdue and Kentucky, but let's be real. We've been at the bottoms, near the bottom of big leagues for a long time. And the way he was talking just about the expectation and belief, it's like, a year ago, we're just like, yeah, maybe we can get to a bowl game. He's like, that's not even a thought here. Like, that's just something they're going to do. The expectation, the drive, the optimism, it really is. It's difficult to describe, but they have a lot of confidence, and a lot of it just comes from the energy of these coaches, and for the lack of a better term, the maniacal nature of Will Stein. Like, this guy is. It's difficult to describe his drive, his energy, his passion, just how involved he is. But it's just I can't even. There's no reference point because it's insane what he's brought to this football program.
There's a lot of vibes. Vibes are positive. Vibes are good. I think people are into like what he's selling. They just really believe in him. Like, you can just tell the team believes him. I thought cohesion was a word that got thrown around a lot today. Connected. This team feels like they are like legitimately a team, even though they have 60 new players or whatever that number is. And there's a lot of positivity and optimism. And I think Will Stein's offense is driving a lot of that. I think there's a lot of big belief in the offense that they're going to be pretty good this year and put up some points.
To piggyback off what Luck has said there, you could feel it coming from opposing position groups too. The offensive line and defensive line had great things to say about one another. The wide receivers and the DB group said, oh, this guy is going to be good. This guy's tough when I go into my individual matchups with them. And I think that's always a good sign when you've got that equal kind of respect and ability to challenge on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, Jaden Williams, guy was told, quit sleeping on him. That guy's pretty good, pretty strong. He's up there on the leaderboard. Oh, yeah. Let's empty the clip. Empty the clip, Zach.
A lot of running back talk. Martellus Carter Jr. is now officially the running back.
Officially.
He was talking about C.J. Baxter and his role he's going to play, adding the 2 JUCO guys. Just what do y'all think of the status of the running back room?
I'm not, they need bodies. So I'm not putting too much into the JUCO additions, but I do think Carter is a guy who could play his way into the rotation. We're going to start the season without Barnes. And I think in Baxter's case, too, there's very much a,
he's going to determine all of that to me.
Yeah.
C.J. Baxter is going to determine all of that because if healthy, which we heard from his old teammate Bo Barnes, he's like, breakout year coming. He's back healthy. See, Baxter, I asked him 100%. He said, you're never 100% when you play football, but I feel good. I feel ready for the season because that is the guy. That is the guy that can be
elevate
their
the
top
team.
guy. And there's not going to be a workhorse Benny Snell 260 carry season here, but Baxter is the guy, and I think all the other pieces fit if he's the guy for them. Now, can he be that? Can he stay healthy? Can he stay available? That's what we're going to have to wait to find out. But everything really, to me, in that position, what we're worried about comes down to C.J. Baxter. Just what C.J. Baxter do they get?
We got another month to find out. This is the unofficial kickoff, but they still haven't started practice yet. Practice starts Thursday. We got a lot more coming on the KSR YouTube channel, KSR Plus. Everywhere you do your KSR things, just lock in. It's going to be a lot of fun, and just football's back. Rejoice. We're here. We're ready to rock and roll. Don't miss any of it. Follow along this entire season. It's going to be a blast.